Hello, welcome back. I'm Lori Williams. I'm a psychic medium, energy healer, animal communicator, and spiritual teacher. And today I want to talk to you about how do you get out of a funk? You're feeling stuck, you're feeling kind of like in a funk. How do you get out of it? How do you get through it? The first thing, the absolute first thing, is you need to have kindness with yourself, care, compassion, love, understanding. You're going to be gentle with yourself, essentially. You're not going to hate yourself through it. You're not going to hate the fact that you're feeling like that. That's not going to fix anything. You cannot get yourself out of a low vibe space with low vibe energy, with low vibe emotions. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. It's all it's doing is adding more low vibe energy to an already low vibe space. So, second of all, is stop considering yourself to be stuck. That is the most detrimental thing that you can do. Your thoughts of yourself, the thoughts of where you are, the words that you use are super, super powerful. And if you keep telling yourself you're stuck, stuck means like I can't get out. I'm stuck. There's no way out of this. And there's always a way out of it. 100% there's always a way out of it. So I encourage you to use words with yourself and sentences with yourself of I'm growing through this. I am unsure of my next steps, but I know that they'll become clear to me as soon as it's meant to. And just really have more of an approach of being okay with where you are. Because here's another thing: this might come as a little bit of a surprise for you, but we as human beings are very, very, very connected, like to nature. I said, well, it's not even that we're connected; we are nature. And like nature, we have seasons. Some of our seasons change a little bit faster than what nature seasons change. They don't necessarily last a few months, but sometimes they do. And that gets to be okay too, right? So, what if that funk that you're feeling or that stuck feeling that you're having and you're trying so hard to get out of is actually just a season of rest for you? Right? You're doing yourself a huge disservice by trying to force yourself out of something that your body, your mind, every part of you absolutely needs. And a lot of the times, without us even knowing it, we will go into a stuck feeling time or like a slow time, so to speak, not knowing that the universe is actually preparing us because it's like life's about to get hectic. So sometimes my encouragement is to just enjoy where you are. Enjoy the quietness of it. Enjoy the fact that you're not feeling obligated to run here, there, and everywhere. Is your brain going to tell you that you need to do that and you need to get out of whatever funk you're in and you need to do this, that, and the other thing? Absolutely. Don't listen to your brain. Don't listen to your head. Listen to your heart. Your heart, if your heart is telling you to sit back, relax, take things slow, be more intentional. That's the things that you have to do. I actually came on, I went to my office today to sit down to record 5 videos and 3 podcasts. And I'm actually currently in that season of feeling, honestly, I feel completely burnt out. And this goes for burnout too, just an FYI. And all the things I'm sharing with you are exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm only doing what I feel called to do. I'm only sharing with what I feel called to share. I'm not going to get through doing 3 podcasts and 2 videos, or sorry, 5 videos. I'm not going to get through that, and I'm letting that be okay. If I end up having to do 1 video a day for the next 5 days rather than doing 5 videos in one day, then that's what the way it's got to be. I'm not right now. I am not putting high expectations of myself for productivity. It's just not, it's not going to happen. And the thing is, if you keep putting high expectations of productivity on yourself and then you don't measure up to that, you just, continue the cycle of beating yourself up. So that is my next suggestion is to make a to-do list of things that you know you're capable of achieving. Don't put things on that list that feel far too mentally and emotionally and physically far-fetched for you. If you can't, do the grocery shopping and all the laundry and clean the house and cook a 4 course meal and take care of everybody's needs like you normally do because you're, currently in a state of needing a little bit of self-care and to slow down a little bit. Not being able to do all those things in one day doesn't mean you're not capable of it. It just means that you You're not meant to do it right now. Let that be okay. Whenever you get to that point again where you're feeling like you can accomplish all this stuff, then you're in a season of like a go season, of like, let's get this stuff done season. Everything's going to get caught up. The only expectations that we tend to have to live up to is our own. We set our bar extremely high to a point where it's, well, in most cases, unobtainable. And I also suggest when you find that you're doing that, when you're setting that bar way too high, I want you to ask yourself this question. If your child, if your best friend, somebody you care about, comes to you and tells you that they're feeling exactly how you're feeling, what would your response to them be? And start treating yourself that way. Because I guarantee you, the answer that you would give if you're speaking to a friend or a loved one would be so much more caring and compassionate and accepting than the way you're talking to yourself currently. Let yourself rest. Let yourself do the things that you need to do. And you know what? For everything else, there's tomorrow. But you need to be here. You need to be fully present, and need to be in a good place mentally, emotionally, and physically. And you're not going to be able to get into that good place if you keep pushing yourself and then shaming yourself when you don't feel that you're measuring up to your own expectations. That's what it comes down to. It's your own expectations. And if other people have expectations of you, then I kindly invite you to tell them to do it themselves. If they have high expectations of you, well, then let them use their high expectations for themselves. That's not your, that is not up to you to appease anybody else and to do the work that other people think that you need to do. Your job is to take care of yourself and to nurture yourself. Just love yourself through it. This is not going to last forever. This is just a season as well. And you'll be ready to go in no time. I personally find that at the change of seasons is when I struggle with this the most. This is very common. I can say it's very common. It's not uncommon for me to go through this like burnt out feeling this time of year. And I think this year is definitely worse, but I know I've been like hustling all summer and it's almost like, oh, now what? But I know I'm going into the season. Like we're in fall going into winter. Well, I mean, what's more of a slowdown season than fall going into winter and then, obviously being in winter. So I'm getting comfortable with the slowness and the intentionality of the things that I'm doing. I can't just go mentally and emotionally and physically. I cannot just get up in the day and go and accomplish everything and feel good about it. I just, where I am right now, I just can't do that. And I'm learning to let that be okay. It has to be okay. I'm not going to push myself past the point of complete exhaustion, not worrying about myself mentally or emotionally. I need to make that my priority, and that is what my priority is. So I encourage you to do the same. I encourage you to take care of yourself if you're feeling like you are in a little bit of a rest period or in a little bit of a period of being stuck. Like I said, it's not going to last forever. It's only a season. It's not the way it's going to be forever. So enjoy it. Be very intentional about it. Ask yourself when you get up in the morning what absolutely needs my attention today, and only pay attention to those things. Everything else, it can wait. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you back here next time. Until then, take care. Bye for now.